Okay.
And we're back.
And we're back. Live from my kitchen.
Take 129.
So work wasn't too bad then?
Now, we just had a lot going on with some changes of stuff, but I mean, my stuff is going good, but it just management always wants to be, oh, let's chew this, let's check this, and so I finally told them if they just get out of my way, it'll be done. So, and it worked out just how I said it was going to. So, what are you gonna do?
Well, you know you've been there for how long?
Yeah, so the one woman who's new in her role, I like her, and I've seen her from, in other roles and interactions. So the guy that replacing her, he's picking my brain today, and she comes out of the office to grab him, and I go, she looks at me, and she just smiles, and I go, hey, we're not talking about you at all, not this time. And she goes, this time? And she puts her middle finger up on her glasses, and I'm just like, love you too. She goes, I'm watching you, Donna. So it takes both eyes. But I mean, she's,
so she adjusted her glasses with her middle finger? With
her middle finger, and I'm just like, love you too. But I mean, she was the one, like, a little while ago, it was like, hey, did you send me the date on that? I go, right after we talked about it. She goes, F me. And I go, so I love how we can just be straight out with each other.
You're like, is that an open invitation?
She's married, this and that. She's a person that she'll say it how it is, like me.
Yeah.
So, it's not like she meant it like that. She's like, she couldn't find it. And I'm like, I can resend it to you and put it right at the top of your email. I'll find it. Okay.
Right, but you guys can like play off of each other.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, she's pretty easygoing.
Oh, that's good.
So the guy that's replacing her for her position, he's pretty easygoing. So I mean, like I say, he was coming down the hallway pointing at me, and I go, couldn't stay away, huh? And he goes, no, I had to come back. I go, you'll find out it's better over here. So like I say, we were just kind of chatting, but so many people are just so tightly wound, they just can't relax and let loose. So.
Yes, you are correct. I don't know what it is, but I don't think life's too serious to not be able to unwind sometimes,
That's what I'm saying, man. You got too many things going on. You just can't be, wound up all the time. You gotta let it go.
Yeah.
So you started to show a couple of colors out there already on the ferns out there? See how it's got the reds and the browns coming in?
That is a...
Or is that the type of tree it is?
It's a tree.
I'm going to say, wow, I mean, I know fall's around the corner, but I'm like, it can't be shown already.
I just learned what it was, too.
But you can see the browns and the golds and the reds in it, right?
It gets bright, bright red. It's so pretty.
That's cool. Does it have any kind of a berry on it at all, or no?
No, my one client, she's like a
botanist or whatever.
She's really good with plants. She was telling me, like, at first, when they first started growing, that was nothing 4 years ago. That wasn't even there.
So it's wild, too, on top of it?
We thought it was poison sumac first, so she's like, whatever you do, don't burn it, because the smoke will really mess with your lungs. You'll get an upper respiratory infection, like a really, really bad one. And it's the same thing. It turns that really pretty bright red color this time of year. But now it's a toss between two types of trees, and they grow up to like 90 feet tall. Like,
oh, wow. In 4 years, that's already, about 10 foot tall?
Yeah, they're giant, and they're everywhere. They're like taking over our yard.
It's a takeover.
Oh my gosh. Wish they were a little bit more to the left, because in the summertime, the sun sets more north. Okay. Yeah, so it bakes right on our door. That's why our door has all that tinted stuff on it.
But your door is like mine. It's that dark color, and it just absorbs the heat.
Yeah.
So when I had the white when I moved in, it wasn't the color of their association, and they kept trying to tell the woman that she's going to get fined. Well, she finally sold the place, and I had to have it painted, so the dark maroon, it just gets hot to the touch.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
They have like one condos are all blue, then they're maroon, color keyed.
You gotta play by the rules.
Yeah, the association thing.
Yeah, ours was white before, and it's just the sun bakes right on the door.
Yeah, but the white just reflects it so much easier and better.
Yeah. It was still hot. Even the white door, it would like be so hot to the touch. But we were supposed to get an awning, like a covering over the porch.
That would keep it off then, wouldn't
Yes. But, I mean, that's been, just like our bathroom, it's been in progress for the last 9 years.
Well, hey, girl, you got the bathroom.
We got the bathroom.
Is the tub finished now, too?
Is what?
The tub finished now, too?
No, Don. Don, how long have you known me?
I don't know. It's been a while ago now, hasn't it?
I mean, you really think...
I think I've been down this way. I think I moved down. When did I move down here? 2016, I think. So I've known you for darn near the whole time I've been down here because I came over to that place like not long after. I think I had one haircut by the one woman, then I went to you, and that was it.
And it was a wrap. Forever together.
She ended up, she was the daughter of a guy that I worked with. I can't remember her name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Brittany or Christine or something like that?
Brittany.
Yeah, the guy that was high up in our company, that was his daughter.
I seen her, she was at one of the girls' weddings 2 years ago, last year, 2 years ago. I actually was the officiant of that wedding. I got to officiate another wedding at the end of this month.
So you're actually doing the vows and everything, huh?
I guess.
What'd you do? Go online and get ordained?
Boop, boop, boop. That's legal. That was it. I just got my thing. Congratulations, you've been ordained for 8 years. Well, I said I would go online and get ordained, and when I did, they were like, hey, you've been ordained for the last 6 years. I'm like, oh, that's good to know.
Well, look at you.
So.
I could have been married to a lot of other helpless souls.
I don't know. I'm not, like, good at it, but I'll figure it out. You don't gotta be good to start. You gotta start to get good, right?
There you go.
That's my dad's famous thing saying. No matter what we want him to do, he's like, I don't want to play volleyball. I'm not good at it. And he'd say, okay. Do you have to be good to start, or do you have to start something to get good at it? You think I was good at my job the first day? No. But
You good saying?
But you gotta start, right?
Isn't it amazing as we get older, we come into being an adult ourselves, that we realize how smart the parents actually are? But when we were teenagers and all that stuff, it was like, you just, what the heck? Why are they doing this to me?
Well, it's true though. Like, your mom and dad aren't going to purposely give you bad advice. Not saying there aren't parents out there that are like that, but more often than not.
Yeah, they're trying to help you.
They have your best interest in mind.
We just couldn't see it at times.
Yeah. And I think that's okay.
Well, there's certain things you have to learn for yourself, right?
Yeah, that's it. Like that one song, that country song says, wisdom in your youth would be a lot less fun.
So do you have Prime Video?
Prime?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you watched the series called The Boys?
Yes. Is that the superhero?
Yeah, I'm like in the 4th season of it now. Boy, what a risque show, huh?
Yeah, he watched it more than I did.
Yeah, I could see where a guy would be more attuned to it than...
He likes all of the superhero stuff.
But it's just how whack they are, girl. I mean, how they're just... They think they're above everybody, and they're actually sinister. Some of them, the way that they're actually thinking, all this and that,
Yeah, who's the older blonde guy who had the son?
Oh, he was Homelander, but I don't know.
Homelander.
I don't know. Yeah, he was a vindictive.
Oh, I hated him in that show.
Yeah.
So you said they're on season 4?
Yeah, I ended up on, some of the guys at work were telling me about it. I finished this one that was a martial arts one, and that was really good. And then I was like, there's something else, and they turned me on to it, but boy, there's everything from just gore to sex to everything.
Oh, wow.
One of the ones, there was an orgy scene. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's crazy the stuff that is just like okay to be on a rated R or MA show. a show that didn't used to be like at 2 a.m. It only came on HBO, the special channels.
Well, this is only Prime or whatever, and it says some of this material is, you want to maybe, think about, not watching it or whatever have you, but, I mean, it gets pretty bad on some of them.
Yeah. I'm watching Shameless right now. You ever see that?
I've heard of it. Now, is that an older one?
I think it came out in like 11.
Okay.
But there's like 11 seasons.
Okay.
Will hates it, but I don't know. So
Western? Is it a Western?
No, it's a series about a family living in the slums in Chicago. And it's the dad's like a drug addict, alcoholic. The mom's a bipolar drug addict, alcoholic. So they're not really in the picture. The dad is, but he's just like a nuisance, always messed up. And there's 6 kids, and the oldest daughter takes care of all the kids.
Wow.
So it's like the 9-year-olds helping, to pay the bills every month, the electric and gas. And they're just always like getting the short end of the stick. But there's a lot of sex in it. Oh my gosh. And the older sister, I'm like, how many guys can you bang? And like, this is not normal. Who does that? Not normal in my circle of friends.
Well, was she doing it for money to pay bills or what?
No, she's just likes the bad boys and screwing around.
She's a freak, gets out at night.
Yeah.
Freaks come out at night.
I guess so. I don't know. To each their own, but that's too much for my lifestyle. Actually, when I was 21, I used to hang out with a couple of older girls, and we'd go out to the bars and stuff, and some of them, I lived like right downtown Mount Clemens area, and that was when all the bars right downtown were like really happening, and a lot of young people. There was a big young crowd, where now I feel like it's an older crowd. But so we'd go to like all like the young people clubs and hang out and whatever, and these girls were like 27, 28. Some of them even had kids, and I had one girl in the group. She had been with 28 guys within 4 months.
Holy smokes.
I know. So I had to...
That's like, what, a guy every 4 days?
I don't know. I didn't do the math. It was a lot.
You said 4 months, right? 28
months.
guys.
Yeah, there you go.
So 4 to 28, well, there's a guy every
week.
Yeah, every week, yeah.
It was to the point where I had to stop hanging out with her because I didn't want to be like associated with.
Well, yeah, you're gonna be like, wow, she's hanging out with so and so. She gotta be that way too. Hey, girl.
And they were like the lowest of the low, the dirtiest guys. Like anybody that would just buy her a drink, she would get with.
Oh boy. You wonder what happened to somebody like that where they are today, right?
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, wish them the best, but it gets to a certain point where it's like, I can't even hang around somebody like that because their reputation, you are
association.
Guilty by association.
Yeah.
You are right. And I don't want to be guilty. So yeah, I got this. My one client gave me a sourdough starter. Have you ever made sourdough bread? It's a pain in the ass.
So is it one that you just take a chunk off of every time you do it, and then you pass it on to the next person? Is that what it is?
Yeah, kind of. But you have to like make the starter. She gave me the starter, so she already did that for me. She did like a lot of the work already. And this bread has taken me all day since I woke up. Every 2 hours, do this, knead it, put it on a 90-degree angle, and then it's just so complicated. I'm not used to this.
You used to just going in the store and picking up a loaf, whatever you want, in 2 seconds, huh?
Well, shoot, my mom used to make, and I make it sometimes, beer bread. Mm-hmm. Is really good. Have you ever had that?
No, I haven't.
It's so easy. It's 3 cups of self-rising flour, a cup of sugar, a can of light beer, and then you butter it every half hour, and it takes like 3 hours to cook, a couple hours to cook. That's it though. It's like 3 ingredients plus butter.
You can put, like, if you wanted, you can put wheat flour or regular flour, right? As long as it's self-rising.
Yeah, it's self-rising, yep.
Yeah.
So I use self-rising flour, I believe it's 3 cups flour, 1 cup sugar. And then you take a stick of butter, and every half hour you open up the oven and you put the butter on. Just let it melt.
That's to, like, brown it, right?
Yeah, it's so good. And that's it. Just Miller Lite or Bud Light. Or Busch Light. I don't know, there's all kinds of beer, but it has to be light beer. So good. My mom used to cook a lot with beer.
What does it taste like? I mean, do you taste the beer
Sweet.
in it or no?
No, it's... Well, maybe because of the yeast that's in the beer helps it also. So, I'll make it one time for you. It's really, really good. It was a hit. I can remember, like, making it at my old boyfriend's
You just
house.
eat it with a sandwich or eat it with anything?
No, just butter.
Or
Warm
just
it up, butter, just eat it like, it's so good. Yeah, I remember I had a boyfriend, obviously before, well, years and years and years ago, and his friends used to always beg me to make it. He, like, had his own house, and I'd make beer bread, and it would just, like, the whole house would smell so good for a couple hours.
Sometimes, depending on what you're cooking, I notice, like, I come home, I'm doing a roast or whatever have you, get just that smell, right?
Mm-hmm. I just asked him what he wants for dinner. He said breakfast. But I think he thinks we have breakfast food here, and we do not.
Oh, jeez. What are you going to do?
Run to the store and get some breakfast food. Out of eggs. I made all the potatoes. Usually I do, like, fry up some potatoes. All of those. I made all that yesterday. I made a giant vegetable casserole. But you're not a veggie guy, are you?
No, not a big time, no. But one guy, we're going to go out, and he goes, what are you into food-wise? I go, said, well, you know the area, you know whatever have you. I said, just not into the food, just good, wholesome food.
Right. Meat and potato.
I'll eat vegetables, but, I'm not like the guy that, I don't want something covered in chives or parsley or, whatever, garnished in, what the hell's that one thing, I can't remember, arachne or whatever. It's like a green leaf or whatever. I'm like, I'm just not into that. I want my food to taste good. If you got to make it look like it tastes good, then it probably doesn't taste good.
You don't appreciate a good garnish?
I don't like the way, chives, I don't like the way chives taste. So
Gotcha.
It's like when I was at that Longhorns, I love their lobster chowder up there. And they come out with all those green chives, so I had to put them aside. So the next time I go in there, I told the bartender, I want the lobster chowder, but you can keep the green shit.
I was just going to say, keep the green shit.
Just the green shit. And I go, yeah, the chives, they ain't doing nothing. So he's like, I can do that.
That's funny.
But like parsley and with like spaghetti, all that. I'm like, who eats the parsley in their spaghetti? Nobody.
I do. I love the more color and garnish.
I'm not like
taking the strawberry, cutting it, putting it on the edge of some orange juice.
It's arugula. That isn't arugula like a green thing. I just.
He's like, leave that shit.
I went to that Testabara, and it's like the last time I had this spaghetti bolognese, and it was all covered in that with that green arugula. I'm like, what the hell is this crap? And the three of them were just laughing at me. 2 of them were that. And the waitress like, well, what's going on? He's not the kind of veggie guy or whatever have you. No veggies on his plate. They all know me. They're cracking up.
How do you wrap a present, like a birthday or Christmas present? How do you get into wrapping, or you just fuck it?
I used to wrap more, but now the kids, man, they just want cash and money. But my wrapping would look decent. I didn't make my own bows or whatever, but I can cut it. I can wrap it. I make the edges so they look nice. I tape them up. I fold them so there's not like a cut line, it's like, you fold it in, there's just meat in them, and then, you kind of put it in on each side, fold it in, and then flip it up.
Okay.
So,
So you get in, it's just the presentation of food you don't really care about.
Yeah, I'm not into the types of foods that are the garnishes.
Gotcha.
I just don't like them, and, I don't like scallions, and...
I was going to say a baked potato with the cheese and the sour cream and the bacon and then scallions.
Cheese and bacon and sour cream, yes. Scallions, no.
Keep the green shit.
Keep the green shit. You know me, girl. Word to the wise, keep the green shit.
Keep the green shit. Capiche, capiche.
That was like the one lady down at work when she was trying to do all of her greens and be vegetarian, and I'm like, my food eats your food.
You get your greens through the filtration of other animals.
I mean, I eat probably your basics. I mean, I like green beans, I like peas, pea pods, stuff like that. About broccoli and asparagus.
Asparagus.
Asparagus, Brussels sprouts. Anything that smells like a baby's diaper, just leave it there.
Yeah, like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower even.
Yeah, you gotta cover shit in cheese. That's giving you a signal and a sign. So like the ladies that I route with, they get these Brussels sprouts at this place. Dude, they're like deep fried in bacon and covered in whatever. I'm like, then what'd you do with the sprout? Just get the bacon and the grease and just go right out, throw an egg with it, and we got something.
Well, that's the problem. People think that they're being healthy.
They're not. I mean, they know, but I'm like, if you got to do all that to it to make it taste good, maybe you just start somewhere else.
You are funny.
Like carrots, corn. I mean, a lot of people don't. I mean, I've always liked carrots. I've always liked peas. I'll eat pea pods. I like the fresh green beans, corn, all that. But, yeah, when it starts getting into the cauliflower, broccoli, all that stuff, I'm like,
yeah. You just don't want your food to taste like a fart.
Yeah, maybe cabbage. Oh, wow.
You don't like lumpkies? Coleslaw?
Glumpkies, coleslaw. I will go ahead and take the glumpki out of the cabbage and leave the cabbage for somebody else to eat.
Okay.
That's what my mom, when she would make me have to eat it, I would have a mound of cabbage on the side of my plate.
Do you like sauerkraut?
For whatever weird reason, I do like sauerkraut.
Okay, that's the one food I hate.
So that's weird. You like glumpkies and I like sauerkraut.
I love glumpkies. I love cabbage. I love Brussels sprouts. I love coleslaw. I hate sauerkraut.
I hate coleslaw. And I can't look at corned beef sandwich without having it as a Reuben.
See, I can do corned beef sandwich. Don't put sauerkraut on it.
Oh, I love sauerkraut on my corned beef. I think that Jimmy D's down by me.
Yeah, they're the best.
I mean, you can get it without it, but they got like the best bread with that roast beef.
Timor, the rye.
Oh yeah, they make their own bread. I think there. It's thick. I mean, I thought it was their own. Maybe it's not, but it's good.
I hope my bread turns out good today.
Sure it will.
I don't know, Don. This was a lot of reading.
You did a lot of poking and prodding and riding and kneading. You got it right.
Yeah, I wrote it all right.
Poking and prodding. Will, I put it into that bread.
And that's the thing, is like he won't even eat it. That's why I don't
He won't eat sourdough?
He won't eat that, no.
Sourdough is so good with eggs. You get the yolk and then you just dip your egg.
No, he won't eat it. He won't eat if I make beer bread, he won't eat it. Yeah. He's very simple.
But he wouldn't try the barbecue on the salmon.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't. And
but honestly, he didn't roll his nose up at it when you told him?
Well, he came home early, and then I should have recorded it because it was funny. I'm like, I'm going to do it different and just do barbecue on it. And he's like, nope, don't you dare put barbecue sauce on salmon. He's like, I'll taste it on the side, I'll dip it and see if I like it. Which is totally different because you got to cook in it and all that.
It doesn't caramelize that way when you do it.
That's what I said. But, yeah, he was like, nope, if you make that, I will not eat it. But if I would have made it and he wouldn't have known, he would have ate it.
Well, my neighbors were commenting the day that I did it out of the grill. Like, man, that smells good. What is it? I go, it's salmon. And they go, what did you put on it? I go, barbecue sauce. I'm like, really?
Nope.
Yeah.
Make it the way you always make it. Yeah, he's really...
So he's like me, and I mean, he's plain in his ways, too.
Yeah, he's very
He's
simple.
like wholesome food. Skip the bullshit.
Yep. He never will tell me, like, if he likes something. He's always very... He'll never say it, he'll just ask for seconds. I'll say, did you like it? No. Can I have more? Is
so
how
he doesn't say, he says no, but then he asks you for more?
Yeah, that's how he says that he likes it. And he thinks he's being funny, where I was used to, like, my parents would be like, you're such a good cook, this is great, oh my gosh. And even when my auntie was here and I made breakfast for everybody, She's like, come on, even with the strawberry garnish, she's like, this is the best. It was so complimentary of everything, and Will just scarfs it down. He's like, it was alright, can I have more? Like, he thinks it's funny, but I need reassurance. Just tell me.
Is he a spice kind of guy? Does he like spicy stuff or no?
No, he's so white.
He's so white.
He's so white.
Hilarious.
He thinks lemon pepper is exotic.
Uh,
He's very white boy, where I'm like 5-6 different seasonings out. This. And
That's me.
if he doesn't, even the pancakes, I make the best pancakes. But I add stuff to it. I add vanilla, I add cinnamon.
So I don't know, I used to do it with the kids. I would do pancakes, but they would like, they're a little bit into the blueberry, but I used to cut up an apple, and then I would take the apple and I'd cut it into small little things, and I'd put cinnamon and sugar in the bowl with the apple, and I'd spit it together. Well, then I would take them and I would just drop them into the pancakes as they were cooking. And that with maple syrup, kid, I'm telling you, those are some excellent pancakes. So more cinnamon than sugar, because you got a little sweetness with the apple already.
True.
So sometimes I didn't even put because you get the sweetness also from the syrup, so, but just the cinnamon with the apple, and you're just dropping the pancake, and I mean, it is so good.
That sounds really good.
My kids used to love those, and I'd always have to do the Mickey cakes with the ears and whatever have you. But I mean, you cut up a couple of apples. All you do is you just cut the peel off it. Like you peel in a potato, and I would just slice it up, down to right to the core, throw it out, grab another one, and they liked that better than like the banana pancakes or anything like that. They would rather have that.
Hell yeah!
But the something with the cinnamon and then the syrup and it was just played well off each other.
That sounds great.
I just take like a Gala apple or even a Honeycrisp or whatever have you. I mean, this is really good. I think you'd like it. I think he'd like it too. If he didn't see you do it.
He would be like, what's in this? Something's weird. And I would just tell him that's the only option he has. I have to be like a mom to a little boy. Like, this is all you get.
So we had a woman now, she was working over at GM now, but she's married, but she had a guy who was very fussy. She used to give him stars if he tried things new, and I'm like, God bless her, what grade are you in?
To her husband?
Her fiance at the time. If he tried new foods, she'd give him like credit or give him stars, or I don't know.
That's funny.
Maybe there were special favors. I had no clue what was going on.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, what grade are you in, girl?
Star.
Oh, gee, hilarious.
Not really age appropriate.
No, that's you and me.
Hey.